Hello, and welcome to your meditation pause to just breathe. Now, for me, pranayama is really just one example of how we focus our attention to deepen our intimacy with prana herself. It's really breathing as a practice of meditation. So, as you welcome this pause into your day, and into your body, welcome the breath to help ground you and settle in. Feel your sits bones. Just going to adjust this. Feel your sits bones support the alignment of your hips and shoulders. Let length extend through your spine. Deepen the breath. As you elongate this breath, the belly, the ribs, the chest expands. Notice what shifts and what moves, both in terms of the anatomy and in terms of your intention or your story, the psychology, the emotions that might live in your tissues. Check in again on the body and notice if there's any micro adjustments to help ground you even more comfortably as we dive a little deeper into this pranayama practice of being with what is. Good. Now that we have prepared ourselves in body and in breath, let us wake up a little more muscular control. First, by engaging the pelvic floor on the exhale. Inhale and soften. Exhale, engage that pelvic floor, lifting up, navel pulling back. Good. Stay with this, or now add on the layering of the ujjayi, the closing of the throat. Still engaging that pelvic floor lift. So now we've got two bandhas locking from top and below. Good. For the last minute of this working phase, we're going to shift the energy and let that exhale be a sighing, easing release. So no pelvic floor engagement, no throat squeeze, just an in and a sigh to release. Ah. 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 The volume of the breath expand, perhaps. And the volume of the sigh. Ah. Nice. Ah. Ah. That completes our first round of working. Take 30 seconds to chill, to rest, to recalibrate. It might include some movement, particularly if you've been still or if you felt any crampiness. Just a few seconds. And then we're going to do that same 3 sequence rounds of the inhale with the pelvic floor, the inhale with the sound, and then the inhale with the sounding release. So the effort peaks at that second minute. So pelvic floor with the Durga. Soften. Pelvic floor with that Durga breath. Let the shoulders remain still here. Just the pelvic floor and the belly pumping into work. Your pace, your effort, your practice. Relax the jaw, tongue. Relax the throat on the inhale. As we transition now to engage the Ujjayi, we want to engage that throat closure with the pelvic floor lift on the exhale. If you can feel the softening of the pelvic floor, then it's your choice to activate the Ujjayi also on the inhale. This third variation, sounding. Again, you could return to the sigh or a bhumari with or without the mudra of closing the senses, a humming sound. Release and reset with that Durga. And our third working round will again work through that pelvic floor contraction, the sounding, and the throat closing. And then the third round, will be the sounding, this time doing either of the first 2 options or sounding Om rather than the Bhumari or the Sai. Your choice. When you are ready, Begin the pelvic floor squeeze on the end of that Durga breath. Inhale and soften. Exhale, squeeze and lift. Ujjayi, if appropriate, closing the throat on just the exhale or both inhale and exhale. Pelvic floor continues to lift on the exhale. It's a deep practice to feel the release of the pelvic floor and still maintain that Ujjayi throat contraction. So don't feel like you have to do both if it's causing you to feel anxiety or distress. Focus on the softening of the pelvic floor. That's anatomically and therapeutically more important than the dexterity of the Ujjayi in the throat. Continuous Om, which means stop and start on your own timing, or any of the other sounding breaths that you're comfortable with. Release the pranayama. Our final pranayama will be a minute of laughter, or the sounds of laughter, as a culmination of tickling this Vishuddha chakra, grounded in our safety of the Muladhara, the base foundation, and the Svadhisthana, that second chakra. So join me or cut loose for a full minute of the sounds of joy known as laughter. Ho, 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 ho. Ho, ho, ha, ha, ha. Ho, 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 We're almost done. Well done. My favorite pranayama. Ah, notice the energy that is swirling from your belly to your throat to your head. See, the brain knows no difference between laughter for good reason and laughter for no reason. But it also doesn't distinguish the difference between laughter for what might be a hurtful reason. In other words, laughing at someone. Now, you are fully permitted to laugh at me. My face turns red like a tomato and I make strange noises when I laugh, and I'm here to allow that transition. So feel free that if that's what came up for you, it's okay. But when we choose laughter as a pranayama practice, it is just an invitation to feel the aliveness of happiness and joy by way of prana moving through us to express sound as a way of releasing what no longer needs to be within and expressing the truth that lives within, from our divinity, from our spiritual center, from our beauty. Let us close this practice. Bring the hands together. May you breathe deeply, move freely, labor lovingly, and live vibrantly. Namaste. Thank you so much.